The Discover Montcalm podcast is brought to you by WGLM 106.3 FM, Be More Media, Busy Bees Embroidery and Vinyl Signs, West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions, and DW Video. Welcome to the Discover Montcalm podcast, where we are going to look at the communities, the businesses, the attractions, and the people that make up Montcalm County. Here is your podcast host, Dwayne Weed.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Discover Montcalm podcast. My name is Dwayne. I'm your host and producer. I have a special guest in the studio here today, Kim Panak from the Montcalm County 4-H CCC. In just a minute, we'll talk about what those three C's stand for. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast, as well as going to discovermontcalmpodcast.com, and you can check out all the episodes that we have online right now. So, Kim, thank you for coming in, and let's go back to the Montcalm County 4-H CCC. What does the three C's stand for?
Community Connection Committee.
Okay, so you got the 4-H Community Connection Committee. Let's jump right into it. What is it?
We formed the 4-H CCC committee out of Montcalm County in July of 2018.
Okay.
Our goal was to serve youth in the area. And it is a 4-H program, but it's not open to just 4-Hers. All youth in any community can participate in any of our programs. So the goal originally was to open up what 4-H does to youth that are not familiar with 4-H, because there's a lot of things that you hear that aren't really true. So we wanted to get that out there.
We just talked to Sunny about the 4-H program, and they're also going out and letting people know about the who, what, why, where, and when of the 4-H. You're all in the same thing. Why another organization?
Because we target youth and adults who are not in 4-H.
Okay.
All of our events and programs are open to anyone who wants to participate.
You just have the 4-H as part of it?
Because we're mostly 4-H leaders that are on the original committee, but we're open to anyone who wants to volunteer to help us out, regardless of whether they have any experience with 4-H.
Okay. Before we go any further, how does somebody get in contact with you?
I'll give you my phone number.
Okay.
They can call me anytime. They can text me anytime. My email address is also listed. And we have a Facebook page, Montcalm County 4-H Community Connection Committee.
So it's a long one.
It is.
But once you're there, bookmark it, like it, follow it.
Yep.
Get more information. And you said you had a phone number as well.
616-835-0659.
Okay. I'm on your Facebook page right now, and it says 4-H is more than the ribbons and awards. It's about the people, the experiences, and the lifelong skills, the memories, the county fairs, and I don't know if it goes on beyond that. But what are some of the things that, your 4-H leaders, or that's how it started, you're dealing with people that are not necessarily in 4-H, and I know that 4-Hers age out. What is that, 18?
19.
19, okay. So this is something that people can be a part of even beyond.
Yes.
And like we talked to Sunny, a lot of the people that were in it come back and volunteer. So I guess in some cases, or probably, and you probably know more than I do, once in 4-H, always in 4-H. It's in your blood. It's
we do have youth on our committee that grew up in 4-H, and then they aged out, so they come back and help us, and they work with the kids, and they work with us.
Okay. What are some of the activities that they do that would be similar to 4-H, and what are some of the activities that might be a little different?
We host an annual bake-off every fall. You can join ages 5 to 19, and there are different categories. Of course, the young children are in one, and then there are 3 more in an age group.
Okay.
Every year, we ask the kids to bake one item of their choosing, anything they want.
Okay.
And then we also have a specialty category every year. It's been peaches and berries, strawberries, squash.
Okay.
We've done a lot, and every year we try to come up with something a little different because a lot of these kids come back and bake every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably the people they meet, the friendships that they make, the skills that they learn. I guess as part of the human race, you're always learning. You're always thirsting for some knowledge, and this is just one area that they can be part of. What are some of the other events that you might have? You got the Bake Off.
We do the Bake Off every year, and the last few years we've hosted line dancing and line dancing lessons. That's been fun.
Okay.
The kids come out and they love it. It's even more popular than we expected. They just love it. We are doing that this year at the fair, and we'll probably continue that since we've had good feedback.
12 months out of the year? Or?
No, the classes were in March and April, and then we're having a line dance at the Montcalm County Fairgrounds during fair.
Okay. I noticed that it's a private group for the 4-H, for the Montcalm County 4-H Community Connection Committee, or Montcalm County 4-H CCC. How does somebody get involved?
All they have to do is ask to join the page, and I will ask them, what is your interest? How did you find us? We've unfortunately had to weed out a lot of scammers, so we want the page to be private because we try to keep it wholesome for the kids. We don't want anybody in there because we do have children in our committee.
Right.
So we screening anybody who asks to be a member, but it's simple. All you do is send us a message that you want to be involved, and we'll ask you those 2 questions and you're in.
Simple. It's not a secret handshake.
No, I could come up with one of those though if I need to.
You have to pledge. No, you don't have to do. You don't have to do any of that. What year did you say it started?
2018.
2018. And going back to the history, there's always a reason why it was started. What was the why?
We didn't know COVID was coming, of course. So we wanted to reach more youth outside of 4-H. We wanted to get all the community kids involved. And we're trying to teach them things that they aren't necessarily learning in school. Or maybe their parents don't have time to teach them how to do different things. But if they're interested, we'll take it on. We haven't turned down a question yet for many of the kids. Can we do this? Can we do that? We'll make it happen. So we're teaching them about domestic living and balancing checkbooks and banking. We're teaching them about baking. We do sewing. We do line dancing. We've got a lot of programs that we want to take on.
Okay.
Right now, we really need volunteers, both youth 13 and up and adults who want to volunteer their time and put together their brains with our brains and come up with some great events for these kids.
It's growth. Everything's got a point where it starts, where it moves, and it all sparked with an idea. And a place where you can serve the whole county. I'm sure it's not just limited to Montcalm.
No, it is not.
Kind of like the Montcalm County 4-H is not limited. There's people from Cedar and Belding and the surrounding areas. So it's kind of like, hey, here we go. Now, where do people meet?
Depends on what we're doing.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, the line dance is at the fairgrounds. The lessons were at the fairgrounds in the Ash Building. We've had our bake-off at different farm markets and farms. We've done it at the Ash Building. We've done it there. We had a chili cook-off for the adults one year. That was fun because all the parents whose kids were baking, they brought in chili and soup. That was a lot of fun.
It's a family-friendly family event, and what I like, what I'm hearing here is that, you've got these programs right now. You want something else, just ask. And if you're listening, watching this on YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast, you need people. And if you want to volunteer,
call me.
And your number again?
616-835-0659.
And that's for the Montcalm County
4-H Community Connection Committee, or we refer to it as the 4-H CCC.
Okay.
So you don't have to repeat those phrases every time.
Well, but you need it.
Yeah.
About how many people are you currently serving?
The bake-off usually brings in about 150 youths, not on the best years. Unfortunately, COVID hit us really hard.
Right.
So we're still regrouping from all of that. We're getting the kids involved again. We're always trying to bring in younger kids, so it can be an experience all through their youth.
Right.
So, yeah.
Are you getting some that are in this and in 4-H? Mm-hmm. You know, so there's not a...
Yeah, we pull kids from community youth groups, community churches, FFA, 4-H.
Okay.
Anyone who's really interested.
Just another place for people to gather, connect, learn, laugh.
It's all about community and learning and having fun.
We've talked about the organization. What haven't I asked, or what haven't you... I know you've got some notes here.
We do a lot of community service projects. We've done 3 years in a row now, collections for Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. The kids come together and they put together toys and books and games and crafts, anything, and then we deliver that to Helen DeVos Children's Hospital every year.
Oh, that's got to be humbling and
it is
quite an experience.
It's wonderful. And the kids really come through. They do a great job. We've had a lot of stuff delivered. That's a community service we do. We also challenge the kids. Every month we issue a challenge to all the youth that we try to get involved. And it usually involves like random act of kindness, and then they'll take pictures or video and send it to us and show us what they did. We've also made cards for veterans. We've visited nursing homes, flowers for the elderly. We've done a lot of different things, but we try to keep community service as one of our project priorities.
And I get that, because that teaches so much. And it doesn't matter your age. It does not matter your age.
Oh yeah, the parents get involved. We all do it.
Is there any kind of a annual fee? How is this funded?
We do fundraising.
Okay.
There's no fee. There's no membership fee or enrollment involved. We just do fundraisers and we get sponsors. So it just depends what we're doing, what we need to raise money for.
Okay. With all that you've been in this area, I guess I'll wrap it up with asking, why should someone discover Montcalm in the greater Montcalm area?
It's a wonderful community. It really is. We have amazing families and kids that are involved, and we just want to connect those people, bring them together in a common cause and build a community and help with the children learning and doing new things.
Sounds like a great time. So Kim, thank you for coming on and sharing about this. You can catch all our episodes at discovermontcalmpodcast.com, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Go and like and share, comment on stuff, share. I can say share, because the more we get the word out, the more we learn about what's happening in this community, in this county. Discover Montcalm podcast on all of those. And, my job here is to tell these stories, is to find people like you that are doing things in the county. So if you've got an idea and you would like to share it, reach out to me, 231-250-9624. Again, what is your phone number?
616-835-0659.
So give Kim a call, volunteer, participate. It doesn't have an age limit.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Sounds great. And on that note, remember to buy and shop locally.
The Discover Montcalm podcast is produced by content creator Dwayne Weed, celebrating 40 years at DW Video and Multimedia LLC at dwvideo.com, or call 231-250-9624.